What up, Facebook? What up, YouTube? Now, I don't know whether I can be heard or not, so I'm just going to hang on for a minute or two just to see, can I get some thumbs up that I can be heard or a like or something. Just wait for this. All right, so we've got YouTube. YouTube, can you hear me? Facebook, can you hear me? Forever trendy. Yeah, good man. Thank you very much. Okay, and we've got Emma with a love heart. So I'm assuming that means you can hear me. Okay, cooler boola. Cooler boola. This is pretty cool, actually. I've got YouTube on one monitor and I've got Facebook on the other. I think I've probably said that before already. Harry Kev, hope all is good. Very well, Dimit. Thanks for the message. Yeah, all's good, mate. All's good. Haven't done a Facebook Live in a while, so I was actually running a bit late this evening. I was at the gym and I got, well, it's not that I got lost track of time. I just left and just in. I'm in about 5 minutes. What are we at now? 9:15. I'm a little bit late, but thanks for turning up. So tonight's agenda. So what I'm going to talk about, I want to talk about comfort zones, and I don't know how long this call is going to last. It might last 5 minutes. It might last 35 minutes. Who knows? It all depends on how a conversation goes and whether you guys and girls ask any questions. Or it just kind of fizzles out and no one's really interested and we just call it quits. So we'll just see how it goes. Main thing is that you can hear me, and we'll get started. Okay, so we've got some viewers on Facebook. We've got one viewer on YouTube. I really should send an email out before I do this so people don't miss it. But sure, it is what it is. So comfort zones, we all know them very well, and I'm going to try and put this in the context of weight loss and, well, for putting on weight and putting on weight and how we got there and comfort zones, and then I want to try and put it into the perspective of, well, what happens when you step outside your comfort zone? Because we've all done it. We've all stepped outside our comfort zones. A lot of you doing the Facebook, or sorry, a lot of you in the Facebook group. Those of you that are on email and following the 30-day challenge that are partaking, you're actually stepping outside of your comfort zone. And comfort zones to me is when you get complacent with things and you just stick with it and you don't really, that phrase, people don't like change. We've all heard it. I'm guilty of even saying it myself. People don't like change. People don't like change. And we don't like change because we don't, and again, this is all just my own views, and I'm not saying anything as gospel here, but we don't like change because we don't know what's going to happen, really. When we know when we're able to know what's coming, we can kind of control our own environment, and, it's like, if you know what's coming up on Saturday, then you know how to, if you're going to an event, you know what to dress for the occasion, you know what present you're going to bring, these are things that you can forecast for. But when you're dropped into the middle of something and you have no idea what's going on, your crocodile brain, I suppose, takes over and wants to protect you and wants you to fall back into your comfort zone or your protection bubble to what you're familiar with. Now, the thing you've got to realize is, everybody does that. Everyone has a comfort zone. I have a comfort zone. Doing this at 9 o'clock at night is putting me outside of my comfort zone. You guys listening to this is putting you outside of your comfort zone, whether you know it or not. You could be sitting there, trying to download the next episode of Billions, right? The season 3 is back on, but you could be watching something something else in your comfort zone, or you could be listening to me right now. And if you're listening to me, then you're outside of your comfort zone. You could be listening to this on a bus right now, which would be outside of your comfort zone. You're all getting the idea. If you're listening to this, this is outside the norm. Me doing this is outside the norm. I've done webinars. I've done loads and loads of webinars, but that's for work. That's for business. This is something completely different. And again, I don't want to make this about me, but I can only relate this to my own experience. Billions is back on, yeah. Sky Atlantic on Thursday. It was out in the US yesterday or last night. March last year, I was 21% body fat. Right now, I'm about 7%, 7.5%. To get from there to there, to get from 21 to 7, puts me way out of my comfort zone. I was training, I was eating foods I wasn't familiar with. I was sticking to something that I never did, which was sticking with a plan to do with exercise and following through, putting me way out of my comfort zone. Now, you'll find, actually, I was at the gym twice today, okay? Twice. I didn't really want to say that because I don't want you guys to think you have to go to the gym twice a day. No, I just wanted to go twice today. And it's funny because when I was there this morning, I saw a guy that's in great shape, right? He was there this morning. I went this evening. Guess who was there? Same guy. What does that tell you? Like, and I'm not saying this about me. Go care if you're in great shape. No. Like the guys, I think he's like 21 or 22. Like he's college students are off now. So yeah, that's probably why he was there twice a day. But the point is he was there. He understands sticking with something and commitment. A 21-year-old. I know when I was 21, I didn't understand that. He does. Good for him. But to get to that point where you're going twice a day, you have to go there once a day. You have to go once a week. You have to go twice a week. You have to go 3, 4. You have to be making it uncomfortable for you to the point where it becomes comfortable for you. Do you see what I mean? Like me going once a day is comfortable for me. I go every day, except for Sundays. That's comfortable for me. And as I'm talking about comfort zones today, that's why I went twice, because it's very rare that I would go twice. So it was a push for me to go twice today. Because now my body's going through a different kind of attack, because I'm still at my calorie deficit, and I'm working out twice. I don't know how I'm going to be on Friday. I don't know if I'm going to go twice tomorrow, but I probably will, just because I'm outside of my comfort zone, and I feel like let's see how I can go. And in fact, my workout this evening was actually better than my workout this morning. So comfort zones are there, I believe, as a protection mechanism to keep us in a familiar environment to what we know and what we can somewhat control. But remember what I said. Everyone has a comfort zone, and everyone is familiar with that. So what happens if you're the one person in your office, in your family, amongst your friends, that decides to step outside of your comfort zone consistently? Which I know a lot of you have already, because a lot of you are now in your second phase of the 30-day challenge. You've all seen it. You've all seen the results of people that have posted how much weight they've lost, the excitement in their posts, the images they put up, how they feel. You can physically feel it in their words because they've got outside their comfort zone and done something that they normally wouldn't have done. I went to, oh man, it was some hell of a workout on Saturday. Cathal O'Grady, Irish Olympic boxer, I went along to his circuit class on Saturday. My goodness, that was tough. I was well out of my comfort zone. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm fit, but this was outside of what I normally do. my workout is pretty strict. I do the same thing, follow my Monday to Friday plan, and Saturdays is my fun day. But, wasn't fun. It's not that it wasn't fun. It was different. I was well outside my comfort zone. And I liked it that I was unprepared for it. That's what I liked about it. The workout was tough, though. It was. So remember this. When you ever come across resistance in something, this is just my own thoughts on this. When you come across resistance on something, that's your comfort zone, or that's your crocodile brain kicking in to say to you, hold on a minute here, Kev. Is this something you sure you want to look at? Because, we've never seen this before. We don't know what's going on. Wouldn't it be better to stay in your safe zone? It's almost like a protection mechanism. But remember, most people will choose to stay in their comfort zone because it's comfort and it's safe. And I did it for 39 years. And then when I decided to step outside my comfort zone, 3,000 people plus on my emails, 1,500 plus in the Facebook group, all because I stepped out of my comfort zone. Now imagine what all of you can do if you all step outside of your comfort zone and you have an impact on your own lives, which then ripples through and has an impact on everybody else's life around you. Like, this is how powerful this is. You don't know where it's going to lead you. I'm running an event in 12 days. I can't wait, actually. I'm really excited. But the point is, a month ago, 2 months ago, this only all started. This whole challenge group. 6 months ago, I was still on the way to losing my weight. A year ago, I was obese because I stepped outside of my comfort zone. So just think, you stick with it, step outside of your comfort zone, because it's not going to be easy. Nothing worthwhile is easy. Nothing. Good stuff takes time to develop. Right? The only way you can fast track this is if you go out and buy a EuroMillions lottery ticket and actually win it. And that ain't going to happen. Okay, so a couple of questions here. Any good recipes or ideas for some treats? I love the cheesecakes that was posted last week. Okay, so Michelle, my treats are pretty straightforward. A curly whirly, packet of curls, sugar-free jelly, all relatively low-calorie snacks. I don't really make any treats. I just don't make them. I'm not a kitchen type of guy, unfortunately. I wish I was. I wish I had the skills. I know some of the guys and girls in the group have posted some great-looking treats. Rachel posted a really nice-looking cheesecake. I think Rory has posted a few things as well. What's the best exercise for a flatter tummy? Okay, great question. So I can only speak from my point of view. First off, belly fat, waist fat, love handles. Last place for the weight to come off. Face is probably one of the last as well, but shoulders, arms, legs, chest, hips, all of that good area, great, comes off. Then the face, then the neck. I mean, my neck's got even skinnier, like, I don't know, 14 and a half neck. I used to be 16 and a half. Is that right? I don't know, 2 inches on my neck. I don't know. But the last place, love handles, and then they start, and then the belly will go first, and the love handles. Now, for a flat stomach, diet is the only exercise to get there first. Now, when you say flatter tummy, for me, the flatter your stomach gets, the more your abs are going to come through. So with that said, I didn't really do any ab work until I started to see them, because it's the layer of fat around my waist and belly that needed to go first before because they're there. We talk, we engage our core muscles. You know, we stand up, we do anything. Those muscles are getting engaged no matter what. Even now, talking, I can feel them. Taking a breath, I can feel that they're getting tight. Nothing, they're there. They're constantly working. So my job is to get the belly fat down low enough that they can be revealed. So the flatter tummy, in my opinion, will come from losing the body fat, and that's really it. And the benefit is, the good thing is, everywhere else will trim down first before. Is that a good thing to say? Everywhere else will lose the fat first before the tummy comes in. The tummy is always the last place I've seen. And I'm sure a few that have got that far will see as well that the stomach, the hips, or not the hips, the love handles are the most stubborn place. But the point is, they are the stubborn place. But that's where most people think, screw it, I got this far and they're not budging. I actually reached that point where I'm like, well, hold on, why this love handle still here? Why the love handle still here? And I remember saying to myself, well, I've got this far and I've lost all of this fat, then this is gonna come. I just got to stick with it. And it just came through. Post-pregnancy and struggling to get the tummy going. Okay, I understand that. If you get a chance, Michelle, my wife will be at the event. I don't know if you're in the area or whatever, but my wife gave birth to our daughter as well, and she's done very well with her workouts. And I guess if she's listening, I don't know if she's listening now, but she'd probably agree that it's diet, and the stomach will come in. I mean, I can't speak. You know, I'm not a lady. I didn't give birth. So, although us men, why do we put on the baby weight? It's crazy. we didn't give birth, but I'm sure Emma might have a chance to be able to speak about that at some point. Yeah. So it's not a. This is the thing about it as well. I mean, look, we're March now, okay? A lot of the gyms are empty, or a lot of the gyms are now trying to do what they can to get new customers in. The next phase of, hey, get in shape for summer is going to start appearing now in the next couple of weeks. Then it's going to be, hey, get in shape for, when that phase drops, it's going to be, hey, get in shape for Christmas. It's just a cyclical thing. It's just over and over and over again, when the fact of the matter is, you need to be thinking, get in shape for the next 50 summers. Because that's what this is. It's not a fad. This is your life. This is your body. And it's something that needs to be taken very, very seriously. Because I turned 40 in February, and I'm not getting any younger. And I know that the next summers that are going to come my way, I'm going to be having fewer and fewer of them. You know, not wanting to get morbid, but that's the reality of it. And I'd like to be able to do it in the best way possible. And you know, a lot of people say, "I promise I'll do it. I'll do it." And I had a kind of a thought, maybe 5 months ago, where people say, you know, why break a promise to yourself? You know, you'll keep promises to everyone else, but you won't keep promises for yourself. And I look at my daughter and I see how she plays with toys. And if she wants something, what does she do? Does she ask the other child that she might be playing with, oh, may I have your toy, please? No, she'll literally just take it right out of his hand, just like that. Where us would look at that and say, oh, is that a bit selfish? You know, the action. But the reality is, in my view again, children see something and they go for it. And yes, it's because they don't take other people's feelings, and it's about the child. It's just them in their bubble. And when we make a promise to somebody, we don't want to let that person down, because we believe now it's like, well, you know, if you're going to say you're going to do something for someone, you do it. But yet when we make a promise to ourselves, we're okay about not following through. And I think that's because we value other people's opinions more than our own. When the truth is, I feel we should be a little bit more selfish about what we do for ourselves, almost be like the child inside us when it comes to our health. Because without it, we've got nothing. We don't have our health, we have injuries, we have goodness knows what problems down the line. Now, I'm not saying that who knows what will happen to me health-wise, but I'm doing everything I feel is right for my body and for me. So as I give myself the best chance to be here for my daughter, to be here for my wife, and to be here for me. Because if I'm not here for me, I gotta be there for them. You see, that's the selfish thing. See, that's almost a selfish thing to say, but the reality is, if I don't do this for me, I will never be able to do that for them. And when it comes to your health and fitness and well-being, if you make a promise to yourself that you're going to do that 2K walk or that 5K run or whatever it is, be selfish and do it. Do it for the reasons that you want to do it. Do it for the sole reason of keeping a promise to yourself. Because remember, none of this matters if you're not doing this for the right reasons or your why. Because here's the funny thing, guys. We all know the secret. Eat healthy and exercise. Boom, job done. That's it. We're going. Goodbye now. I don't think there's a person alive that doesn't realize you've got to eat well and exercise in order to get in shape. Be healthy. We all know that. So why is there such an industry built around being healthy? And I think it's because we have it the wrong way around. We don't have our mindset right about getting in shape. We don't have the reasons for why we want to be in shape. Your reasons, your why you're doing this needs to be when you wake up in the morning, boom, you need to think, right, shit, I need to get to the gym today because, I made a promise to myself that I would have this by the time I get to 40. Or I need to stop eating crap because I made a promise to myself that I would get in shape. And you know what? I'm going to be selfish and I'm going to keep that promise. And yeah, if I don't do this, then I'm just going to be the same guy like everybody else is, that they make promises to themselves and they don't follow through. So yeah, maybe what I did was selfish, but if it wasn't for me being selfish, we all wouldn't be here now, sharing our stories with each other. So be selfish. Why not? Sign up for that 6-week body transformation program or whatever it is that's caught your eye. Do it for you. Make that the reason why you get up to do it. That's why you pack your gym bag the night before and you throw it in the car. So on the way home from work, you detour and you go straight in for the class. All of it is common sense. We all do the same stuff. We all prepare the night before. If we got gym the next day and it's after work and so on, don't wait till 11:30 at night when you're just going to bed to do it. Get it ready early so as you're excited and ready to go. Put the energy into the bag. Say, yeah, I'm ready. I'm excited. Let's go. So selfishness, use it to your advantage for you. Because if you're making promises or your why is for whatever reason your why is, your why needs to be a strong enough reason that you're not, it's like there's this saying, you'll either find a reason to do it or an excuse not to do it. And the reality is most people are finding excuses not to do something. Are you finding excuses to not do something regarding your health? If you are, then your why most probably is not strong enough. And it's clear as day to me now that if you say, and I'm not saying I'm picking anyone out, nothing at all like that. It's just my thinking now, and it might be ignorant. Some of you might say, "Well, Kevin, you don't know my backstory, and you don't know what I'm going through." And of course, I don't know. Of course, I don't know. But what I can say to you is, it was a family member of mine that was in hospital. I don't want to give any details away, but they were in hospital recently, and the priest came and gave them the last rites. And thankfully, that person pulled through. But selfishly, I still made sure I got to the gym when I could. I still made sure I was able to keep the promise to myself so as I could be there and be a man of consistency to those around me. Because consistency and turning up every day and doing the work required is the simple ingredient, is the actual way to get what you want. Not eat well and exercise. Everyone knows that. What people aren't prepared to do is be consistent and do what's required. And that's why you're going to find a reason rather than an excuse. Because excuses are everywhere. I could have not done this live tonight because I could have had an excuse. One person could have turned up and I could have made an excuse not to bother doing it. But it doesn't matter because I'm consistent to myself. If there was no one on this call right now, I would still be doing this talk. Because if there's 4 people or 400 people, I'm being consistent to me. Whatever you think about me, whether you like what I say or not, I'm being consistent to my message, my true values, which is I'm being consistent and I'm doing what's required. So, comfort zones. I don't know if I got my message across. What message was I trying to give across at all? I don't know. You know, I'm just a guy rambling here. I'm not a Tony Robbins. I'm not a anything really. I'm just a guy that's figuring it out for himself, and he's trying to share his experiences with others. But I would also like you to share your experiences with me, where we can all learn and share ideas and grow and get outside of our comfort zones, because that's what this is all about. You know, so I'm running my event on the 7th. So I know that there's a few of you on the call that are attending. Thank you very much. I've received emails from people saying they can't make it. Can't make it because it's too far, or you can't get a babysitter or whatever. And I get that. You know, life gets in the way. But my message to you really is, as Emma's actually put it there, sometimes we need a little push to get outside of our comfort zones to make shit happen. Really, it's like we always find an excuse or we find a reason. And if I take even my event now, there's only going to be 20 people at it. And people are going to make excuses to themselves why they don't want to go. And full disclosure, I don't want anyone to think that I'm making money off this. The room alone is €100 for me to hire. And the t-shirts everyone's getting, they're €14 each. So straight off the bat, everyone that's coming is, I'm paying for everything at a loss. But this isn't what this is about. But I wanted to address, in case people would think, the guy's making, a few quid out of it. I'm making nothing. It's costing me, but it doesn't matter. It's the fact that I get a chance to talk in person about so many things that I've gone through that may help you. There may be 1 2-minute segment that I would talk about that you could take the ball and run with, but you have to be there to hear it. That's the thing. And to get there, you might have to travel 4 hours. And is that worth it to you? Only you can answer that question, whether it's worth the hassle and effort. To sit in a room with me and 19 others for 6 hours to really talk about you and how the most important thing about you, which is your mindset, can get straight to help you with your reasons to stick with them and to follow through and be consistent and do the work. Because I'm consistent and I do the work. My habits are there. For me not to go to the gym now would be very, very hard. Is it hard for you to go to the gym? Is it hard for you to eat right? Is it hard for you to be motivated and energized? If it's not, maybe it's time to step up and step outside of your comfort zone. Because that's where the growth is. Trying new foods, trying new exercises, trying new things. Growth is just on the other side of the fence. You know, I can't do any more cliches with that one, but I think you get the message. So, any questions on anything I've talked about tonight? I enjoyed this call, actually. It was nice. I enjoy them all, actually. I do enjoy them all. But if anyone has anything to share or they'd like me to talk about, what I will just touch on briefly is this new thing I'll be sharing with everyone. It's what I call my Ascension framework. Mindset, meals, and movement. Okay, in that order. Hey, Liam. Mindset, meals, and movement. Mindset is the most important thing. What you eat, and then exercise. If you get the first two right, you can lose weight and do what you want to do. Movement, that's a bonus. Okay, the exercise, that gives you your shape, it gives you your confidence. So my framework will work like this. Each ascension, so mindset, meals, and movement, will be broken down into points. And every day you will score yourself a point about whether you reached the required points every day. Now, you don't have to do this if you don't want, but it's cool. I think you'll like it. For example, meals. Did you have a good breakfast, lunch, and dinner today? You did? Great. Then you score all points. You didn't? You had a bad meal. You had a junk food dinner tonight. Okay, well, then you don't get the full points. Every day you tally up your points. Then at the end of the week, you'll have an overall score. Now, there will be a maximum score every week that you can reach. You reach that score every week, you're on point and you know where you're going and you're going to get there. You're falling down in certain areas, your mind isn't clear, you're struggling to get to the gym. You're struggling to get to the gym? Well, that's a mindset thing. So then we need to go back and we need to look at your mindset points. We need to figure out, what are you missing in your mindset? You got the mindset, you're turning up to the gym, but you're not losing weight. What does that tell you? Well, that tells you that the problem is with the meals. Okay, so now we need to look at your meals. It's scientific, but it's easy. Okay, so I look forward to sharing that. I'll be sharing that at the event with everyone that comes. They'll all get access to that as well. So, okay, 33 minutes. I haven't even had my dinner yet. My goodness. And for those of you that are wondering what I'm having for dinner tonight, I am having cottage cheese, low fat. I am having 130 grams of broccoli. And I am having 3 corn sausages. What am I being here, guys? What's the one word I'm being with my meals? Who can tell me? It's Monday. It's not a weekend. It's not a cheat meal day. Nothing. It's just me being consistent. That's the magic word, consistency. And look, I understand more as much as anyone. I've been fat my entire life. I get it. It's hard when you are sitting there listening to me and you've got pounds to lose and you're like, oh, screw you, Kev. What do you know? Yeah, throw the broccoli on for me, would you? I get it. Listen, I get it. I've still got my fat man genes. And I don't mean that in a derogatory term, because there may be some of you that are in gene wastes that you wish your fat man gene, my size genes. But everyone's different and we all have our own unique goals here. But I still have my clothes. This body is still a new thing. This face I'm looking at on the camera is still new. wearing tight tops at the gym. It's all new. But I tell you what else it is. It's fucking great. It really is. It's a great feeling. Pardon my swearing, but being a different person and having a different mindset, having clarity, having a sharp mind, confidence, and for the men in the room, feeling like an alpha male is absolutely great. Really is. And all this comes from two things: being consistent and doing the work. That's it. Anyway, folks, thank you very much for your time this evening. I really enjoyed it. If you have any follow-up questions, just drop it underneath the video here. Carl, welcome. And Carl, just a shout out to you. Thank you very much for sending me all the little tokens for the teddy bear. My daughter's almost got the full set now of vegetable bears. So thank you. Thank you very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. And for those of you that are coming on the 7th, I look forward to seeing you. And of course, I'll probably still do another live before then. But other than that, have a great evening and see you in the group. Bye for now. Facebook or YouTube. Good to see you.